afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DB Ice Rink in Discovery Bay, Hong Kong, China. This is the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships Division 3 Group B. We are into day 2 of the tournament. My name is Scott Yang. I will be with you for all 3 games today on IIHF.TV. First up, today's game, we will have for you the Philippines versus Uzbekistan. Let's welcome the referees and the officiating crew today. From Chinese Taipei, the referee for today's game, Shin Yin Chin. The 2 linespersons from Singapore, Benjamin Wang Chi-Wei, and from Slovakia, Miroslav Svejon. The 2 teams competing today, entering the rink first. In their dark uniform, it's the Philippines as usual. They wait, showing up for their fans, cheering on for their heroes. As you may know, in Hong Kong there's a huge Filipino presence. Every time they're on ice or with any other sporting event, they're here with loud cheers and a lot of fun fanfare. And entering the arena, it's the high-flying Uzbekistani team. They won their game 26-1 against Mongolia yesterday. They look to be the dominant team here this week. And every single team, I'm sure, is going to be around the rink watching and scouting these Uzbekistanis, trying to find the crack or the weakness of this team and trying to figure out what they need to do to take a win away from these Uzbekistani players. Philippines versus Uzbekistan. 3 full periods of 20 minutes each, coming right up in under a minute. Starting goalie for Uzbekistan, number 1, Rustam Irgashev. And for the Philippines, amazingly, it's still number 28, the heart and soul of the team, Francois Gauthier. Playing the side on the right of your screen, Uzbekistanis on the left. 2 very different teams. Their play styles differ. One, Uzbekistan, a traditional hockey country with more than 50 years. History. The game is underway. Play first starting in the Uzbekistani zone. Face off in the Filipino zone. Wait to see Uzbekistan weave their magic. Philippines have the puck from their own zone. Uzbekistan with a shot from the blue line. First save of the game for the goalkeeper, Francois Gauthier. I have a chat with Mr. Gutierrez before the game. Seems relaxed, all sweaty from the warm-ups. He said he's ready for the game and he's looking forward to the game. He also mentioned about the team talking about some of the things they could do better today. We're still thinking about the loss to GPR Korea yesterday. But they know this game is going to be a tough one for them. As everybody's seen the high level of play of the Uzbekistanis. Here comes Sinyavsky. Yesterday we saw Uzbekistan. They gave a lot of ice time to the younger players. Here comes the Filipinos. Coming in, number 97, Neri. Fighting fearlessly against this high-flying, super Uzbekistani team. Getting through number 8, Rustam Panov. He had a great game yesterday. Khabibov with a shot and also gloved down by the goalie. There's another shot, saved by Gutierrez, rebounded by Kravchenko. Behind the net, this was Stampenov. Khabibov onto the left side, very smooth passing. Here's a shot deflected, hitting the backboard. Uzbekistani circles around, another save by Gutierrez, trying to cut across the crease. Great saves there. What a start by Uzbekistan, and what a start to the goalie. It's been all Uzbekistan early on in the game. Uzbekistan with the face-off win, puck taken away by the Filipinos. Soltiong tries to send it out. Now here's Kurmanese. Here is a great chance. Hugister with a shot, and they score! Or did they not? They score! The Filipinos open up the scoring by captain Hugister. Look at the breakaway chance. The puck squeezed by the goalie just enough. And everyone was celebrating the game, ignoring the injured player who crashed onto the goalpost. And the Filipino pulled off the unimaginable by scoring first on this Uzbekistani team. And it's the first shot on goal. And it was a wonderful goal. The goal was not loose. Here comes the linesperson fixing the net. And here's that wonderful breakaway again. Goalie had a piece of it. Puck just bounced right and just enough for them to score. 1-0 Philippines. Here they come again with a long shot. And Ergursev being tested in quick succession, consecutive shots. And all of a sudden the pressure is on Uzbekistan. The Philippines do have next to home court advantage. Not only do they have a lot of fans cheering for him, especially at this hour of the day. Here comes Uzbekistan coming in with a shot, and they score. The goalie was complaining. But it should be a good goal. Cutting in from the left side into the slot area. And Gutier just unable to stop the puck well enough. He had a piece of it. The puck slid through the 5-hole. There was contact between the shooter and the goalie. The referee deemed the contact wasn't enough to impede the goalie's movement. Very quickly, it's 1-1. The Filipinos here to prove the Uzbekistanis are not invincible. They scored on the first shot and almost scored on the second one. Mongolia yesterday scored one as well. The scoring on Uzbekistan is one thing. You need to defend these very skillful players from Eurasia. Here comes Uzbekistan again, trying to get through the defense. Philippines sends it back into the neutral zone. Here's Kusamboev up to Shinyavsky. Shinyavsky, 1 goal, 3 assists, 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points yesterday. All that in one single game. Philippines tips it out into the neutral zone. Uzbekistan gets it back. Beats it to Rasulov, the captain. Play marginally onside. From behind the net, looking for options to pass through. Tries to go back to the point. Decides to go in all alone. Nice cross-ice pass. Great interception by the Filipinos. Now there is a breakout from the Filipinos. Javier, number 17, with the shot just from wide. Rasulov there to get the puck in the neutral zone. Now he skates in alone. Leaves it for his defense. Number 22, Sinyavsky. Filipinos shoots it in for a change. Great opening period by the Filipinos. Surprising period so far. Now Uzbekistan using its speed. Throws the puck across the crease. Behind the net, trying to go for a jam. This one blocked by Gutier. You can tell the Filipinos not afraid to throw their bodies around and play physical. And I think that's something very important for teams who are up against these giants. Just have to be wanting, willing to go toe to toe, to have a chance at these giants. Giants are not in terms of physical height, but in terms of their stature and their playing skill in this division. Maltsev with a shot through traffic. Goalie made a save. Rebound. Referee signaled it's a goal. Gutier not happy with the decision. Probably thinking he was impeded or interfered with. Here comes the shot, and the puck squeezed through the 5-hole, and it was Uzbekistan first to the puck to bat in the loose puck. Shot on goal, 8-2 for Uzbekistan. With Kojayev, the under-18 superstar, going behind the net. Kojayev yesterday, 2 goals and 1 assist for 3 points. His line mate, Salokadin Asimov, the real star here, 3 goals, 4 assists with 7 points. All that for an under-18 player who's playing up in the seniors tournament. Here comes Cremonese, shoots with a save from the goalie. A great player so far for the Filipinos. At least they're shooting this. They're shooting on net. They're getting the puck on the other goalie. While they're defending well, they're using all the opportunities they could get to create offense for the team. And you never know, as long as you throw the puck, keep throwing the puck at the goalie, it means you guys will have a chance. There's Daniel Hogan, skates down deep, sharp angle shot, pass saved by Gucci. Sends it down the ice, Philippines, picked up by Sinyatsky. Dorofeev sends it to the other side of the attacking zone. The Filipinos with a failed clearance. Vasily Gilov. Puck taken away by Manny Bilonis. Bilonis out to Tristan Cremonese. Tristan Cremonese gets past the blue line, checked into the boards. And here's another check behind the net. No calls. Filipinos throwing the bodies around, presenting their physical presence. Yesterday against DPR Korea, the Filipinos did play fair. Oh, that's a good goal. Right in front of the goalie, point blank range, slap shot, taking the far side. And now they're up by 2. Regencia dumps it in. Grobovic. Rasulov, the captain. Give and go back to Rasulov, on to the right to number 12, Grobovic. Back to Maltsev with a shot. Rebound, and they score again. That's 4-1 Uzbekistan. Filipinos played a great first half of a period. Now it looks like Uzbekistan has found the way to penetrate and break through the Filipino defense. The shot count is getting out of hand now. Dusanboev muscles through, taking the puck away from the Filipinos in the neutral zone, back to Rasulov. Rasulov gave it to the defender and goes for a change himself. Here's Rustam Konov. Asimov, Rustamkonov, back to Asimov. Asimov, the superstar, under 18 player, centering pass, wrong player. Petrosian sends it to the other side into the corner. Asimov battling for the puck. Asimov getting the position, unchecked right now at the center of the slot area. Now being watched by Eisenham. Rustamkonov. Petrovskian with a shot hit. Ham in the knee. Now he's limping. Trying to get, still back into play. Cross ice pass out into the neutral zone. Ham goes back into the bench. Uzbekistan breaking through. Sharp angle shot with a stick saved by the goalie. Petrovskian. Sends it down for a dump and chase. Getting the puck the other side. Now we're at Kyle Cremonese. It's down into the corner, fighting hard for the puck, and Uzbekistan tries to flip it out back into the neutral zone, but the Filipinos keep it in. Petrovskian. Now Kyle Cremonese swings it the other way, chasing after the puck. It's Puglister. Now 3 players going at it along the boards. Coming out with it is number 10, Nasirov. It's Dusanboev with a shot. This one deflected wide. Here comes number 3 with a shot. This one wide. Sultanov swings it the other way. Filipinos there first. Seabird unable to get it out. Now they do. Steven Puglister goes back for a change. The entire Filipino team goes for a change. Slightly out of formation. Uzbekistan trying to take advantage of it with cross-ice pass right across the crease. Vasily Chilov being trapped in the corner. Muscles his way out. Silov with a shot. Blocked. Another shot. This one stick saved by the goalie, Gutierrez. Dorofiev. Kravchenko. Kravchenko swings it down. Now the Filipinos have it. Javier tried to make a move through the Uzbekistani defense, unable to get through. Now Uzbekistan centering pass, shot. This one goalie made a pass save. Rebound behind the net. Maltsev with another shot. This one gloved down by the goalie, and he has a couple of seconds to take a break. Philippines with the face-off win. Eisenham on to the left side. Interception by Uzbekistan. Goes to the right. One more pass and goal. Tic-tac-toe play. Very pretty to watch, but not very happy for the goalie. Goes goals are really, really hard to take. The goalie, these ones are really, really impossible to save. You're not only going one direction sideways, laterally, you're going both, you have to go both directions. You have to rely on your defense to help you out in these situations. Pastrana. Ham. Siniavsky with a shot blocked by a shin pad. Golopovic. Still Golopovic, two black shirts, blue shirts, pushing him into the boards. Still Uzbekistan comes away with the puck. Siniavsky, shot, goalie covers it. And the whistle. You can tell from the body language, goalie Francois Gauthier tired and frustrated at the same time. And if he's the main goalie for the Philippines for the remainder of the tournament, how much you play in this game should be a factor to consider for their coaching staff. You don't want to tire your goalie out too much. You want your goalies to have ice time every single game. But with the new head coach, Vaclav Drabec, this team is going to a new direction. Under 5.5 minutes to go. 5-1 the score. Under 5 minutes to go. Asimov passes through, and there's another shot. This one went over the goalie, behind the net. Face up in the Filipino zone, 4:44 to go. Pace of the game slowed down quite a bit over the past couple of minutes. Taking a face off for the Philippines. Their captain, Steven Puglister, long shot, gloved down by Gauthier. Uzbekistan with the face-off win. On to the side, looking for a sideway pass. Couldn't connect. Uzbekistan keeps it in, another shot, near point, near side. Play physical here, the Filipinos. Very, very smooth skating skills, these Uzbekistanis. It's not that the Filipinos aren't willing to utilize their strength and physicality. Here's a no goal. Good call by the referee. The puck never really slid past the goal line. Under 4 minutes to go. Here comes the Filipinos. Takes a hit along the way. Kyle Kumanise dumps it in. Miller from the other side going for the chase. Knocked down. Puck kept in the zone with a long shot. Deflection in front of the net. This one went wide. 3.5 minutes to go in the opening period. Uzbekistan takes the puck out, dumps it in the other way. Pastrana goes in for the puck, catching the Uzbekistanis on the change. Miller with the forecheck. 3:15 to go. Uzbekistan, number 57, Ruslan Sultanov with a shot. This one went wide. Sultanov very aggressive, going after the zone rebound. Now we have Uzbekistan skating around with a shot. This one hits the post. Sultanov muscling his way out from the end zone. Here's Uzbekistan again, the under 18 player. Sideways pass interception by the Filipinos. 2-on-3. Neri sends it down for a change. Now Uzbekistan catches the Filipinos on a bad change. Going in. Maltsev onto the right side. Back to Uzbekistan. A long shift for him. Sultanov also in need for a change, and now the puck went out of bounds. Face off in the Filipino zone with 2:26 to go in the opening period. The Filipinos, as a similar ice hockey culture to Hong Kong, which I call the mall culture, where Filipino hockey was born in ice rinks in shopping malls or shopping centers. In this regard, they're very similar to Hong Kong. They both started in Hong Kong, Philippines, with smaller ice rinks in shopping centers. Here is a shot by number 61, Manny Balonis. Blocker saved by the goalie. There's a whistle, face off back in the Uzbekistani zone. The Philippines and Hong Kong, China both began their hockey with ice hockey rinks in Hong Kong. We're still playing hockey in, well, actually now this BB ice rink is located in a shopping center. So this is still the way we work here in Hong Kong and the Philippines. We deal with softer ice and lack of proper facilities. Odd ice times, we're all used to that. The Filipinos are used to soft ice. In fact, they talking to Francois Gauthier, the goalie, before the game. And that's a goal. Gauthier not slow to get up, physically tired. Here's another look of that goal here. Right there, hitting the underside of the top net. As we're speaking to Francois Gauthier before the game, he's talking about the ice conditions here at DB Rink, even though both places are in a tropical and or subtropical climate region. We both have humid and hot weather. The ice here is already significantly harder than what they're used to dealing with in the Philippines, and what they're used to back at home in the Philippines. And sometimes just have to travel to these places to get a feel of what hockey is really like, and we understand the barriers we have in developing the sport, and that's why when you have a proper ice hockey arena, a new one in any region. For example, Uzbekistan. Well, that's what really turbocharges the development of ice hockey. And that's it for the first period. 6-1 the score. Uzbekistan way up ahead, but the Filipinos doing a great job defending. They have the first goal of this game. We'll take welcome everybody back to DBI Rink. This is the Discovery Bay in Hong Kong, China. We are on day 2 of the 2026 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championships Division 3B. Right now we're showing Uzbekistan versus the Philippines. Uzbekistan, the story of the tournament for sure. The newly promoted team from Division 4 is lighting every single team on fire, including Mongolia yesterday and right now the Philippines. This team from Division 4, have to remind our viewers, they're not in Division 4. They were not in Division 4 because they weren't good. It's because they have just been registered as an IIHF member not very long ago. There's a lot of history about Uzbekistani ice hockey. Way back in the Soviet era, they had a really great ice hockey culture there, playing the old Soviet style, and then when they became independent, their ice rink were repurposed for something else. So they were without a proper ice rink for an entire ice hockey generation, and up until very recently, they've been able to get their ice rink back. A state-of-the-art ice hockey arena with the intention of joining the KHL one day. And that's when they restarted their ice hockey development program and what they call the Golden Generation program. With all the, they still have the old, very experienced ice hockey veterans from the Soviet era, so the coaching is there, the hockey is there, the interest is there, and then they started developing younger players. And so now you see these players on ice, a lot of them very, very young. And when you're looking at their under 18 team, very good. Everyone coming up from the national development program. And if you look at their team, most of their players plays on 2 teams, Humo Tashkent and Kinokor Tashkent. These are basically the national team, the younger team, or the, let's say, A team and B team. So a lot of these, oh, here's a great shot, point from the point, and they score. That's a huge shot. Seven won the score. We're talking about the development of hockey in Uzbekistan. Ever since 2019, they've restarted everything. And now they have a great core of very young players with very high level of play. Very Russian style. Long shot through traffic. Goalie made a great pass save, steering the puck to the side. Nazarevich. Here comes Philippine with a breakaway, and that one went wide. Galonis with the puck, skates back. Tries to find Petranos. Up front with number 11. Tristan Cremonese, centering pass, trying to get it to his brother. And Uzbekistan going the other way, into the slot area, and we have a whistle for too many men. Let's take a look at that. goal again. That breakaway again. And also the goal from Uzbekistan. Face off in Uzbekistani zone. 5-on-4 for the Filipinos. Uzbekistani down a man due to a too many player penalty. Bolones with a long shot, goalie made the save. Rebounded by the captain for Blister. Here's another shot. Uzbekistan able to clear it out. Chasing after the puck, number 8, Rustamkonov. Rustamkonov steals the puck away. Now Bilone is working between two white shirts. Very nice skill, the Dako Giant. Now the Philippines gets it out into the neutral zone. Secures puck possession, very nice give and go. Here comes number 11, Tristan Cremonese, back to Bilones. Gave the puck away. Great block by Bilones, preventing a breakaway chance. Now the Philippines coming in for a sharp angle shot, blocked by the goalie. Cleared by Uzbekistan. Bunch of players going in for a change. Back behind the net is Bilones, number 61. Sideways flip to Tristan Cremonese. Tristan goes in. Not able to get a shot off. Here is Cremonise's brother Kyle with another shot. This one went wide, and now Uzbekistan coming in and shoots, and the goalie made a great save there. There is Uzbekistan again. And number 9, Vasily Gilov. Gilov to Kravchenko. Now back to Toropiev. Maltsev sends it in, goalie made the save. Players tangled with each other. 5 seconds in the power play. Uzbekistan still controlling play in their attacking zone. Maltsev to the sideways and a one-timer. Another one-timer. Goalie had a piece of it. And another shot from the blue line. Philippines gets it, sends it out, unable to get it out. Uzbekistan 3-on-4, 5-on-4. Philippines on a bad change. A player took a shot, broken stick. Another cross-ice pass, chaos in the Filipino zone. A really, really bad change there, started everything, and now Uzbekistan has all the momentum. In front of the net is Uzbekistani players standing. Now goalie made another save. Cross-ice pass. Maltsev down low. Players shuffling around. Great cycling between these Uzbekistani players. Spins around, still with the puck. The Filipinos still trying to clear now. They have a man left behind, unchecked, right in front of the goalie. Here is a long shot, blocked by the Filipinos again. Another shot, rebound, and they score. It all started with a bad change on the Filipino side. They were pinned down by Uzbekistan. The pressure continued to build up, and they were unable to recover from their pressure. Despite the fearless defending, Uzbekistan was able to score and jam in the rebound. 8-1 Uzbekistan. But a heroic effort in defending from the Philippines. Rasulov onto the right side. Great passing, and this is becoming the signature of this Uzbekistani team. Great passing, great pressure up front, and commanding presence in the neutral zone. And there you go, and that's the 9th goal of the game for Uzbekistan. Gets it to Siniavsky, a couple of moves, goes in, aims for the water bottle. 1, 2, 3, backhand shot. The coach would tell you those backhand shots are going to be the hardest for a goalie because it's hard to predict the trajectory. And now we have a goalie change. Out goes Francois Gaultier, and in comes their backup goalie, Urban Samaniego. Here comes Uzbekistan on 3-on-2, block, narrow angle shot. No, it's not a shot, it's a cross-ice pass. Urban Mats, oh, there's another goal. That's a crude welcome for the young goalie. Not even a chance for him to warm up. The young goalie, very, very young in age, not very good with my math, born 2008, and is the youngest player on the roster by a long stretch. 5'3", 121 pounds, 1.6 meters and 55 kilograms. Obviously here along with the team to gain international exposure or experience. The goalie right now receiving medical attention in the bench. I hope he's not injured because this team needs Francois Gaultier. He's the heart and soul of the team. Here comes Uzbekistan again. No mercy on the goalie. Here's another one. It's a direct hit. It's a 3-on-1 situation. There's no win for the goalie in this situation, whether it's a direct shot on goal or whether it's a cross-ice pass. No hope. It's going to be an unforgettable experience for the young goaltender. Not often do you get to play against players at this caliber. Very sure you're not going to get that when they go back home to the Philippines, and that's one of the reasons why we travel around to play ice hockey, so we can play against different teams who know what else is around the world. And for a goalkeeper as young as Samaniego, any team is going to be a memorable experience. And for him, I don't think the most important victory is the most important thing for him right now. It's just to learn what's around, see how high the ceiling could be, and take it from there. Set your goals. without enough training, practice, experience. Today you can play with the big boys, won't be too far away. Here comes the Filipinos with a shot that's been tipped way high. And things are not looking good for the Filipino bench. The goalie, starting goalie, Francois Gauthier is still receiving attention from his staff. I'm not sure whether it's an equipment problem or if it's an injury. He's doing something to his legs, or his leg pads. Can't see exactly what's happening from this angle here. But the Francois Gauthier has been really the icon for Filipino ice hockey. When I first met him, he played out as a defender, he played as a forward, not just from amateur ice hockey. He represented the Philippines as a skater. He's also an IIHF qualified referee. Now he's playing as a goalie. There's a great shot and a great save by the goalie here. So Francois Gauthier, one of the few people to have played as a skater in an international IIHF game, as a goalie, and as a referee. I've done all that myself, but none of that, but I have only played in net IIHF sanctioned games. We know the Philippines are passionate about their sports. There's a pass, it hits the helmet of Jeff Haffier. That's why we wear helmets. Here's the shot. Great save by the young goalie. He drew a lot of shouts and applause and cheers from the Filipino fans around. It has to be a great feeling for the goalie, knowing you have most of the fans supporting you. Here's a great chance of slap shot. Nice pass there onto the left side. Tristan Cremonese. One-time slap shot was blocked. Puck trickled to the goalie for a save. And goalie, you can tell he's pretty technical. He's in the right position. He knows he's moving around quite nicely. Perhaps a little too deep in the net, and that's very common with younger goalies. One of the things he needs to pick up. Trust his skates. Obviously, he's very good with his skates. Once he gets a little more height, he can be very solid for the Philippines. Perhaps the future for ice hockey in the Philippines. This Stamkanoff around the net onto the blue line with a long shot. This one blocked by number 71, Kyle Cremonese. Sharp angle shot. This one hit the goalie, bounced all the way back into the neutral zone. Asimov skates in, tries to angle his way through, blocked by the Filipino defenders. Now cutting through the crowd. In front of the net is number 16, Tadakujayev. Kogan to Tadakujayev, back to Kogan. Look at how the Uzbekistanis move and skate around. Looking for room, skating around, moving the defenders. Bilonis with a nice move. Up to Regencia, spinning back move, back to Bilonis, goes in, Great shot, and goalie made the save, and the goalie was kicked into his own net. And that's a goal. That was a goal. I do not believe what I've just seen, and it's a goal. Play started with a very nice pass to Balones. He goes in, goalie made the save, and his own player crashed into him. It ought to be one of the strangest goals I've seen, and that one went in before the net was knocked off the post. And looking at the replay, I believe the referee did the right move, made the right call. That was an incredible goal. Look at the goalie Muradov. Made the initial save, but his player poked through the 5-hole with the skates. Puck in first, then the goalie. And now the Filipinos have 2 goals of their own. And over this humongous Uzbekistani team. As they say, a goal is a goal, it's a goal. At the end of the day, it's going to be a number on your score sheet. Doesn't matter how you score it, and it's a goal. 11-2. The Filipino fans cheering over the announcement. Very happy. And listening to the crowd, I can't help but just to feel happy for these fans here. And here's another goal. It is amazing how sports can bring everybody together. When you have fans showing up to the arena to cheer for the country or the region. We've seen this game in, game out here at the IIHF World Championships. Fans, a lot of them, they don't know each other. All they know is they're here to support their country or their region. Some of them ice hockey fans, they're here to watch some games. But we're all here for one thing. It's for the game of ice hockey. The level of intensity in these games are just unparalleled. Covering these games here at Rink, and then immediately going back to the local ice hockey leagues. Covering those leagues, the level of intensity is entirely different. Everyone donning their, representing their country or region. Oh my goodness, there's a nice shot. Very crisp passing. Again, I just can't emphasize this anymore. The Uzbekistanis, they're not doing anything magical. Everything very textbook, very simple plays, cross-ice pass, but they just do everything so immaculately, so nicely. It just makes watching them a joy. So this is a team where young players should watch and learn from. They're showing everyone you don't need fancy skills. Yes, there was this Michigan goal scored at the end of the period, but with almost every other goal they made, great passes, solid skills, and just very nice puck movement. Getting into the right spots, making room for your teammates, and when you see them get in there, become an open option for the puck carrier. And shoot when you need to. Good things will happen. Here's a great shot by Kyle Cremonese. 6 minutes remaining in the second. And despite the score, Uzbekistan leading by 11 goals despite the score. The mood in the rink is just joyous. These Filipino fans are doing a great job. I've heard so much about the Filipinos being a happy culture. Smiles everywhere, everyone happy and laid back. Sure enough, I could feel the energy, very positive energy. There's a little trip there. No calls. Tries a stretch pass to number 11, Tristan Kremonise. Play broken up by Uzbekistan. Habibov moves it forward, 5.5 minutes to go in the second period. Here is Borodovic. Rasulov. Maltsev. Trying to get to Siniavsky. Cross-ice pass, and another cross-ice pass. Tick-tack-tick. So at the lower levels, we see tic-tac plays quite a bit. Tic-tac-ticks. Back and forth and back. It's not very common at the level we play. This is some high-level stuff here for everyone. Here comes the Filipino, a 2-on-3, trying to move past Maltsev, stops, spins, moves the backhand, goes in for a change. You can see the Filipino trying everything. There is going to be a penalty against number 16, 18, Aro Regencia. You see the Filipinos being very creative here, trying every single thing. The coach here, Václav Drabek, they've tried to play physical. They've tried to do dump and chases. They've tried to skate using individual skills and speed. They've tried blocking shots, screening goalie, slap shots from the blue line, everything. Right now it's whatever works. 14-2 to score. No doubt Uzbekistan is going to finish this game with another win in the pocket. And will continue to lead the division in first place. A long shot, rebound. The goalie made the initial save. Couldn't quite find the puck underneath himself. It was Uzbekistani's first to the rebound and tapping it into the empty net. 15-2. No games for these teams tomorrow. We have a day off. I have a day off. These teams will still have practice times. Uzbekistan played a 1 o'clock game against the VR Korea, and the Philippines played a 4:30 game against Luxembourg. But today, still to come at 4:30 local time, we have Mongolia facing off against Luxembourg. And tonight at 8:30, Hong Kong, China play host to GPR Korea. Those two very interesting games for sure. Make sure you follow IIHF.tv or head on over to the official website for the Hong Kong China Ice Hockey Association to watch these games online. Another stretch pass attempt by the Filipinos intercepted by Uzbekistan. 15-2. Turns around, dumps it back in. Nasirov in the corner. Out to the blue line, down deep. Cross ice, goalie made a commitment. He was already down. Shot at the pass and goalie made the save. Primonisi with a shot. Blocker save was deflected up high, out of bounds. Great opportunity for the Philippines. They find number 71, Kyle Primonisi in the slot area with a great shot. Great placement, and a goalie and made a stretch save, tipping the puck away with the blocker. Here is the Filipinos again. Another shot is from wide. Into the corner with Kyle Primonisi on the side. Captain Steven Puglister helping with a stick. Gilov spins around, gets it out to 24 to Rofiev. Out to number 7, Kravchenko with a shot, this one wide. Kabibov skates in, back to the blue line, turns around and shoots way wide. Rofiev to Gilov, tries to get it back to Rofiev. Now he does. Chips it back. Skates, sends it to number 7, Kravchenko, and flips it into the net for the 16th goal. To score, 14-goal difference. No doubt Uzbekistan's going to win this one. But we still have more than a period to go. It's going to become how many goals will the Filipinos score against Uzbekistan? And how many goals the Uzbekistanis will end up with? Shinyavsky makes a move, slides it sideways, and it's another goal. (17-2). It's just the awareness, the speed, and the experience of these Uzbekistani players, constantly able to find the puck first in a rebound situation. Here's Pelonis. Nani sends it back onto the slot, chipped it out into the neutral zone. Sol Cheong to Regencia on the left side. 3-on-2 for Uzbekistan, onside play. To the right, back to the left. No, he scores again. When you thought it's going to be deja vu all over again with that tic-tac-tic or bing-bang-bing play, it's a direct shot at the far side. Once when the goalie and the shooter is that close, there's not enough time for the goalie to react to the puck, and that's why you need to play a little further out, challenge the shooter. With the shooter and the goalie, it's often, well, that's a great save. And that's it for the second period, 18-2 is the score, 16 goal difference between these two teams. Take a short break. When we're back, we'll bring you the third period of the game between the Philippines and Uzbekistan. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to DB Ice Rink here in Discovery Bay, Hong Kong, China. First game on today's menu, Uzbekistan versus the Philippines. After 2 periods of play, the score is 18-2. Uzbekistan, of course, leading the way. And in terms of shots on goal, 53-12. Also for Uzbekistan. Relatively clean game. Only 6 penalty minutes assessed so far, both teams combined. And after switching sides, Uzbekistan is fielding on the left side of the screen. Lots of guys scoring for Uzbekistan, but this is too long for me to read. But the Filipinos scored 2 goals today. And those are really, really hard-working goals. Here's Uzbekistan on the left flank, protecting the puck, chipping it forward. Losing the puck, but quickly circles around to retrieve his own puck. Philippines still happy with their backup goalie, Urban Samaniego. As for Uzbekistan, it's still their goalie, Daniel Muratov. Here is Primanise, the brothers. Upcoming breakaway chance. Unable to make the shot the last minute. And there's going to be a penalty. And it seems that it's going to be a penalty shot. Taking a penalty shot, number 11, Tristan Primanise. Saved by the goalie. Penalty shot, slow to start. Lotemba skating directly towards the goalie. That's always not a good thing. You want to skate around, make the goalie move laterally. But that was another good chance for the Filipinos. Asimov. Here comes Polonis again to Regencia. Regencia tries to stop the puck in the corner. Now he does centering pass. This one went to an Uzbekistani player. Moving up, number 8, Rustam Makonov. Polonis goes the other way, all alone, 1 versus 4. Very smart play. Goes into the board, buys some time for his teammate to arrive. But it took a little too long for the teammates to get there because they were on a change. Timur Kabibov on to Dadad Kojayev. But again, icing ball as Dadad Kojayev missed the pass. almost 3 minutes played in the third period. No score this period, still 18-2. Rustkamkanov. Hogan. Sends it forward for Asimov. Rustkamkanov. Rustkamkanov. Very prominent player yesterday. Oh, and there's a goal. Scored by number 16, Albert Dadakojayev. Goalie made the first save. Committed. And Dadakojayev able to work around the goalie. That's the 19th goal for Uzbekistan. Two-on-one for Uzbekistan. Dadakojayev sends it sideways, intercepted by Philippines. J.L.R. Lancero. Gloved down by Uzbekistan. Kuzamboev with a long shot into the corner. Philippines sends it down the rink for an icing call at 15:46. Tristan Cremonese up front, chasing after the puck. Malta. Tristan Cremonese with a shot, this one wide. Rebound, picked up by Uzbekistan. Ilya Kojayev goes all the way in, all alone, and saved by the goal. Goalie Samaniego was able to follow the shooter all the way, but now it's a goal. Saved the first one, but unable to save the second one. Two highlights are coming up. First, the save. Very nice following. And the second one, that one became a goal. Look at how deep the goalie was playing, and that's a common mistake goalies make. Is to play too deep in the crease, especially when you have an undersized goalie. You want to hold your ground. Here's another one, 2 quick goals within a minute. (21-2). The Filipinos did a great job, but just a little too much of hockey watching, the puck watching, and the defender immediately knew it. The attacker slipped past the defense, and that was it for a rebound goal. So the goalie, Francois Gauthier, also said before the game, their defense was something they needed to work on for today. But against Uzbekistan, this really, really good team, it may not be the best game for them to hone on their defensive skills or defensive play. And these Uzbekistanis are expert when they try to break down the defense. There's Gilov. Another goal. (22-2). Nice backhand pass, a little flip to Siniavsky. And he just simply put it over the goalie's shoulder. The 20-goal difference. So that's sort of expected when you play again. Oh, that's a good shot by number 17, Jeff Javier. Certainly candidate for one of the top players for the team in this game. Great shot. A great save by the goalie. Turn to the Khabibov on the right side. On to the left to Hogan, a long shot, goalie with the save. Not easy for this young goalie to come in mid-game to take over the net minding position from Francois Gauthier. No warm-ups, perhaps no expectation to be in this game at all. And immediately was treated with some of the, I would presume, some of the best players he's ever seen in his playing career. Here comes the captain, Rasulov, going in with a nice move, and he sneaks around the goalie for their 23rd goal. Now he challenges way out, and he's geeked around. And when you geek around like that, I don't think there is any problem with it. You have challenged the shooter, you've made your stance, letting the shooter beat you by geeking around you. I thought that was fine, just fine, if you are willing to get out there and challenge. If you don't go out, stay in deep, let your shooter pick their spots, then I think that's the worst. That's the worst play. So lots of potential for this young goalie. And I hope this young Urban could take this game, the footage of this game, make sure you learn from it. And I understand as a player here in Hong Kong or in the Philippines, you don't get live video or archives of your play that often. This is going to be a very good experience and a learning tool for him. And I hope being part of the program, broadcast the stream, can actually help these players. I don't think the goalie needs to do to keep his stick on the ground. Challenging out, very good with a shot. Now made a great save. Face off in the Filipino zone, 23-2, under 11 minutes to go. You've seen how good the Uzbekistanis can be. I wouldn't say they could score at will. but they look very, very comfortable on this sheet of ice here in Hong Kong and DB Ice Rink. If anything, these two games today versus the Philippines and last time yesterday night against Mongolia, and these two games allowed them to be acclimatized to these ice conditions here in Hong Kong, China. The Hail Mary pass out, more like an icing attempt. Javier trying to pick up the puck in the neutral zone and bringing it in is Nashidov. Sultanov. The Philippines have a chance on the left side, breaking in Regencia. Behind him, Javier sends it to the other side, finding Balonis. LR, Rancero. To Javier. Good strong backhand pass out into the neutral zone, and now here is Vasily Gilov going in all alone. Skates around, finding his teammates with a one-time huge flapper. Kravchenko one-times it and goal. There's not much to say about this except wow. Standing right there, huge slap shot. And nobody around him. That is the problem with the Filipino defense. While I understand the team may be fatigued at this stage of the game, and that watching is probably something they would have to work on. I understand it's something that every single player would do. And here's another goal. Even the guys at the very high levels in the NHL, they do it too. But it's something to work on, and it is what the look at this again, unchecked and marked. And you just give the goalie, the shooter, so much room to maneuver around the goalie and pick the spots to shoot. And that defense isn't going to help your goalie. And as a goalie, you would want to speak up to your defenders to remind them about the situation. Sometimes the defenders, they're in the game, they might not know what they've been doing. But as a goalie with a clear mind, here is Philippines with a shot here. Going the other way, 25-2, 8.5 minutes to go. Nice move, 3-on-2, back forward, and another goal. So gets past it, it's almost like a 3-on-1. Back and forth passing. Gets the 26th goal of the game. And right now, I think the Philippines should make their mind up whether to go all in for a goal or to play a little more defense to try to stop the bleeding. To me, it seems like they are lost right now. And you see how these Uzbekistani players, they're cycling them up so well. And really, at the bottom of it, it's just basic passing and passing and all the passing. Nothing else but passing and receiving. But just by using this tool, they're able to create so much space. Look at this. All alone by himself along the blue line. And the forwards keep moving around, switching positions, and making the defense very, very hard to keep up. There's going to be another goal, and that's it. When you can move the defense like this, a goal is just inevitable. And as a goalie, these kind of plays are the ones I hate the most, because as a goalie, you are constantly on the move left and right, or as some of the people would like to say, laterally. You're moving left and right and back to left and back to right all the time without a chance to rest your legs and your thighs. Very soon the thighs start to burn. And when the shot finally comes, you just couldn't react to it. So far, Uzbekistan, a monster win yesterday night against Mongolia, 26-1. And today, another monstrous win against the Philippines. Right now is 27-2. But there's still 6.5 minutes to go. Here comes Uzbekistan again. The Filipinos still playing decent defense. Long shot, goalie made the save. Uzbekistani's not there to pick up the rebound. Sends it down, forcing Muratov to make a save. Shots on goals now 71-14. Tristan Cremonese. Uzbekistan 3-on-2. Direct shot, pad save by Samaniego. Centering pass, this one missed, but Vedat Hojayev gets it, and another goal. Vedat Hojayev all by himself at the top of the slot area, shoots directly, gets it in. And it's 28-2. And now Samaniego is out. In comes Francois Gauthier again. That's a rude welcoming for the young netminder. And the Filipino scores one. Goes inside, way pass, one times it, gets it in. Muratov probably wasn't ready for this. But it's a great pass. The goalie was a little slow to move to the left side. And that's sometimes what happens when you're out cold for such a long period of time. 3 goals for Philippines. Here comes Kyle Cremonese on the right side. Puts it out. Now goalie Francois Gauthier faced 34 shots before he was substituted out. That means young Samaniego faced 40 shots. Now Gauthier back out. Close on the game off. 28-3. Dorofiev stabs it. No goal. The dangerous shot as Gilov was left alone on the right side. Now Manny Bilonis looking for someone to defend. Looking down low. Gilov is right there. Ham on Gilov, and now Kravchenko sneaks in to the near post. It's just the way hockey is played. Kravchenko gets it, sideways pass, tries to get it back to Kravchenko. Another shot, no shot. Very patient play. Gets it out, under 4 minutes to go. Gilov moving in, all alone. Going in, couldn't get past Gauthier. With a long shot, that one went wide. Pastrano fires it off the boards. Gets it out. Bilonis. They look tired. After this game, the Filipinos get a rest day off tomorrow. There's Sinyavsky with a shot. This one blocked. Under 3 minutes to go, onside play, flicks it towards the goalie. Goalie made a stick save. Sinyavsky in the corner, nice move, past one, could get past the second. Captain, Steven, sends it down, 2-on-1 situation, the Cremonese brothers, shoots, rebounded by Uzbekistan, now goes the other way, 2-on-2. Sinyavsky turns around. Petrovsyan backhands it down deep. Gulubovic. Sinyavsky to Gulubovic. Looks for Nazarovic. Gulubovic all alone by himself. Goalie made a great save, and we have a penalty. To 3 is the score. A little over 2 more minutes to play. Face off in the Filipino zone. Another chance to watch the beautiful power play from Uzbekistan. 28 goals now. Maltsev. Rusalov. Down low, onto the right side to Rusmanov. A long shot by Maltsev, saved by Gauthier. Taking the face off for Uzbekistan. Number 12, Gurovic. Filipino iced, sends it down the other way. Rasulov gets it. Down deep to Dakujayev. Maltsev. Long shot. Goalie made the save. Rebound onto the right side. This is Wisconsinov. Try to find Gulubovic. Deflected. Couldn't get it out. Now they do. Here is a 1-on-1. Try to move past the goal. Player's stick is down on the ice. Blocks the shot. Minute 15 to go in the game. Here comes Javier again on the right side with a long shot. This one went wide. Filipinos making a change here. Slow change. Rostomkinov to Kravchenko. Back to Nazarevic. Kravchenko, no shot. Nazarevic. Tipped it out of the zone. 38 more seconds to go. Look at how smooth that zone clearance was. Interception by number 21, Nazarevic. Goes in for the shot, no shot. Pass it back. Now behind the net with 19 more seconds to go. Cross ice one time. Goalie made a great save. Fantastic goalie in Gauthier. He looks much better now. Wow, with another shot. 8 more seconds to go. Chilov goes in. Backhand play. 2 more seconds to go. And that should do it. 28-3, the final score. I don't know what Francois Gauthier did on the bench, but whatever he was, it's working. A great finish for Team Philippines. And a commanding victory, 28-3 for the Uzbekistanis. Time for the best player award for these two teams. Number 61, Danny Godonis. Best player for the Philippines. Number 24 for Team Uzbekistan, Igor Dorofiev.
Zero.
congratulations to Team Uzbekistan. The latest unofficial standings, Uzbekistan moves into 2 games with 2 wins, 6 points, 54 goals scored, 4 goals allowed, and the Philippines moved down into the 6th place, 2 losses still to play today. Luxembourg against Mongolia at 4:30 p.m. local time. It's about an hour from now. We run Greenwich Mean Time plus 8 hours. And tonight at 8:30, DPR Korea plays Hong Kong, China here in DBI's Rink in Discovery Bay, Hong Kong, China. That would do it for today's game, and we will see you in the next game.